the city, out near San Francisco, and I did my undergraduate studies in Utah, and finally, after starting in physics and then civil engineering, finally decided environmental science was what it was going to be for me, and then took a soils course in my junior year and realized that's what it is I liked, the soil. So I went to Indiana, to Purdue, to work on my graduate studies in soil management. And I got my master's and PhD there at Purdue. Then I went to Maryland and worked for the U.S. Department of Agriculture in Maryland for 4 years before coming here to Arkansas State, and I've been here for 5 years. So I don't have a farm background in terms of growing up on a farm. My farming background comes from my studies and then experience in my career. One of the things that I have learned is that there's so much to learn.
Yeah, that's what we learned.
There's so much to learn out there. And even when I'm thinking about my specific discipline of soils, there's so much to learn. And I specifically am a soil and water conservationist. In soils, you can study soil physics, soil chemistry, soil microbiology, soil morphology, soil classification, soil fertility and nutrition. These are specific areas of study that you can emphasize in.
Did you say soil and water physics?
Conservation.
Conservation, yes.
Soil and water conservation. So I've worked in erosion, soil erosion. I've worked, when I was in Maryland, I worked in organic farming systems and how to better manage the soil and conserve the soil in organic farming systems. And here at Arkansas State University, I've tweaked a little bit and I'm emphasizing in bioenergy. Not how to make bioenergy in terms of converting materials to energy, but in terms of growing the materials that other people can worry about converting to energy. So the first thing that we need to do is have a quiz. Okay? So papers and pencils out. Quiz time. Number 1 is, what is the major crop that we use in the United States for ethanol currently?
Ethanol.
Major crop used for ethanol in the U.S. Number 2, what is the major crop for ethanol in Brazil? Number 3, what is the major crop for biodiesel in the U.S.? Number 4, what is sustainability? And number 5 is, what do you think the major environmental threat is related to agriculture? Related to agriculture, or caused by agriculture, or can be caused by agriculture. Okay, so, major crop for ethanol in the United States?
Soybean.
For ethanol, I hear a corn, I hear a soybeans, I hear a sugar cane. We gotta agree on something.
Yeah, corn.
Did you guys read the articles I sent you?
Yeah.
You guys are journalists, right? You want people to read your material? Well, I want you to read my material too. Corn. In the United States, the majority of our ethanol comes from corn. And so to make corn into ethanol, you've got, because corn it's a starch material. You have to convert that to a sugar and then convert that sugar into ethanol. So there's a couple of steps in that process. Why corn, of all things? Easy to grow and a lot grown in the United States.
A lot of farmers, haven't they changed over to corn in the past few years?
Here in Arkansas, I've only been here for 5 years.
Yeah.
But in the 5 years I've been here, I've
grown.
seen a huge increase in the amount of corn.
I think my dad, when I was little, was like predominantly rice and soybeans and then some wheat. And then now he's rice, a little bit of beans, and then he's grown a lot more corn in the past few years. But the price of it's been better. So it's profitable.
It's profitable to grow corn. Okay, major crop for ethanol in Brazil.
I said beans.
It's not corn.
Sugarcane.
It's sugar cane.
Oh, you should know that. I remember thinking about that too.
And so in Brazil, they grow sugar cane and sugar to ethanol. You don't have to start with the starch to sugar to ethanol, so it's a much simpler process. The majority of the fuel that's used in Brazil is ethanol. Most of our gasoline here has 10% ethanol in it. Theirs is 100% ethanol. Their vehicles run on ethanol.